From the Greek bios, meaning life, and mimesis to imitate, the term biomimicry was first coined in 1997 by Janine Benyus. But biomimicry isn't new. Humans have copied nature for millennia, with varying degrees of accuracy and understanding. Modern biomimicry is far more than just copying nature's shapes. It includes systematic design and problem-solving processes. The first step in any of these processes is to clearly define the challenge we're trying to solve. Then we can determine whether the problem is related to form, function, or ecosystem. Next, we ask what plant, animal, or natural process solves a similar problem most effectively. There are two major examples of biomimicry in technology that I am going to address. The first pertains to photosynthetic solar cells, and the second to fan designs based on naturally occurring logarithmic functions. In photosynthesis, leaves use solar energy to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. One photosynthetic technology prototype is what is informally called a light sponge. It was originally developed by Michael Gratzel of the EPFL in Switzerland in 1991. The basic titanium-based DSC cell consists of a sandwich of titanium oxide, dye, electrolyte, and catalyst between two conductive transparent electrodes. Upon illumination of the cell, charge separation occurs by electron injection from the excited state dye molecule into the conduction band of titanium oxide. Simply, light excites the dye, sending an electron on its way to be picked up and transmitted by the semiconducting titania to become electrical energy. The dye is then reduced by an electron transferred by the redox couple. Dye-sensitized solar cell is a new type solar cell which differs from conventional photovoltaics for three primary reasons. First is a photoelectrochemical cell. Charge separation occurs on interface between a wide bandgap semiconductor and an electrolyte. Second, it is a nanoparticulate titania cell. It is not a dense film, as is amorphous silicon, but a light sponge. And third, it is a dye-sensitized cell. A dye monolayer chemically absorbed on the semiconductor is a primary absorber of sunlight. Free charge carriers are generated by electron injections from a dye molecule, excited by visible radiation. Gratzel, a company based in Australia, has applied Gratzel's innovation to overcome the great expense and weight of using silicon, which is currently the basis of all commercial solar cells in the world today. The use of silicon is a major inhibitor to the world's large-scale conversion from carbon-based power to solar. Instead, Gratzel mimics photosynthesis via a nanotech titanium product that greatly increases the surface area that is touched by sunlight. Test results indicate that it produces electrical current many times stronger than that found in natural photosynthesis, and can harvest solar energy over more hours in the day and at lower light conditions than competing technologies. The main advantage is easy fabrication, low cost, and a short energy payback time, so the energy used to make the cells is recuperated in less than a year compared to 3 to 4 years for silicon solar cells. They can be screen printed on glass, foil, and plastic materials, rendering roll-to-roll production possible. They can also be made transparent and in different colors to make building integration more viable. The second massively innovative technology has been engineered by PAX Scientific and its subsidiary companies. Overall, PAX Scientific exists to design more energy-efficient industrial equipment and systems, including refrigeration, water purification, turbines, fans, mixers, and pumps based on nature's fluid flow geometrics. Specifically, the designs concerning fans and other rotational devices pursue energy efficiency by attempting to create flow without friction. Naturally flowing fluids, gases, and heat all follow a common geometric pattern. To be more precise, nature moves water and air using a logarithmic or exponentially growing spiral known as the Fibonacci Sequence, named after an Italian mathematician Leonardo Fibonacci di Pisa, who came to be known as the father of Western mathematics. The Fibonacci progression is a mathematical sequence that is produced by starting with 1 and adding the last two numbers in the progression to arrive at the next. The Fibonacci sequence begins 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, 144, etc. Each number is the sum of the previous two numbers. The ratio of any two successive Fibonacci numbers from 3 on is about 1 to 1.618. This ratio occurs throughout nature, in logarithmic spirals that underlie the process of growth. This spiral pattern is seen in trunks of elephants as they are curled up, in the tails of chameleons, in the pattern of swirling galaxies in outer space, in the kelp in an ocean surf, in the shape of cochlea of the inner ears, and in skin pores. Similar patterns arise in the seeds of sunflowers and in other plants whose leaves grow in a spiral around a central stem. Each successive leaf may be on the opposite side, 1-2 way around, or maybe 2-3 of the way around, or 3-5, etc. Using this logarithmic function, PAX Scientific engineers design fans that reduce energy consumption by up to 85% over conventional motors and other fans, and the noise of operation is reduced by up to 75%. Nature has gone through years of trial and error, and what humans see today is ultimately the winners of Earth's own evolutionary tournament. With the approximated 100 million species on Earth, biomimicry allows us to realize that each one has evolved hundreds of optimized solutions to life's challenges, many of which can be readily applied to the very problems facing human enterprise and survival.